we've got Justin McElroy
Oh, hey.
right now. So
Sorry, we will deal with that. Let's do it. Bring him on.
yeah. Hello, Justin. This is Desert Bus calling. Are you there?
Hello, my dear friends.
Yay!
Wow, that's nice. Nice greeting.
Hi, Justin.
Hi, everybody.
We're very pro Justin.
Do we have video from you?
No, you're in my pocket. I'm actually, you've caught me in the middle of my, my baking, for the American Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Ah.
Yeah.
What are you making?
Well, I'm making, chess bars, which are sort of a cheesecakey type production, and, a Ritz tort, which is, it's harder to describe.
Now I want tort.
Tell you what, we're gonna wrap this up and we'll be right over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll be there.
Yeah, just come on down from beautiful British Columbia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you don't
we're
live
not doing
far,
anything
right?
important. Well, yeah.
Yeah, you're on the East
You are.
Coast somewhere?
We have a bus.
I'm in beautiful West Virginia.
All right.
If you hit Virginia, you've gone too far.
Okay, that's good to know. All right, guys, let's go.
Woo!
There's tort
Yeah.
right here.
We'll see you all later. We're on.
It might actually be a more boring drive than the one you're doing right now.
Do you have to
Ironically.
go through Wyoming? Cause yeah.
So, Justin, how about you introduce yourself to the folks at home?
I tell people that I'm the managing editor of Joystick, and I'm also the co-brother of my brother and me, a comedy advice show for the modern era.
There are 3 co-brothers, correct?
Yeah, we have 3 of them as far as I know. DNA results aren't back yet, but that's what I've been told.
There could be up to 5 brothers.
Could be up to and including 5 brothers.
And of course there's your fan cast.
Sorry?
There's your 2.5 Men.
Oh,
cast.
yes, the 2.5 Men fan cast sadly has we had our finale last week.
Oh.
It has run its course, yeah.
You just got sick of it?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
exactly it.
I'm amazed
yeah.
you lasted that long.
Yeah, well, it got to a point where there's just nothing funny to say. it's just sad. It's making me sad.
So, people have been posing some questions to our site, so I'm going to be throwing some questions at you. The first of which has been asked to nearly all of our guest call-ins this year.
Okay.
It's very important.
Okay.
What is your stance on erotic Star Trek fan fiction?
I think I would be more concerned about it if there were a currently running Star Trek program. But, people got to fill that gap. Literally and figuratively. And that's what I get the big bucks for. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm fine with it. My one request would be that no poopy stuff. I don't cotton to that. And don't ever tell the people about. You might think that the story or graphic novel or frantically mimeographed novella is something that the guy who plays Bashir would want in his own personal library. But I can pretty much guarantee you're wrong. Man, I wish I had you guys here every time I baked. What a relief that would be.
I just had this great mental image of someone trying to give Alexander Siddig erotic fan fiction.
Of himself.
Of himself, yeah.
I think he would have been more impressed that someone knew his name.
And that he used to go by Siddig El Fadil until season 3? Oh, yeah.
So are you talking about fan fiction that you yourself have written? Is what we're saying right now?
I don't know what you're talking about, Justin. Next question.
Next question. Moving on.
When you play a game for purposes of a review, is it still possible to be sucked in by it and actually enjoy the experience?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard because I kind of feel like in some respects, and this is sort of the impossible thing about reviewing a game, is that I feel like I can't be honest about it. I can't, if I'm 100% one way or the other, I can't give a good assessment. If I'm completely sucked in, then it turns off the part of my brain that finds fault. You sense that maybe something isn't working, but you won't know specifically what it is. If I'm completely sucked into the game, that's good. It's good for the game, but or rather, if I'm completely sort of analytical about the whole thing, and constantly looking for fault, then it never really. It's the equivalent of, trying to watch a movie with all the lights on. It's hard to sort of get into that world and give it a fair shake. So I think that the right way is somewhere in the middle.
All right. Dear Dr. Justin McElroy, seeing as you have a wildly popular advice podcast, could you offer advice for those of us who are planning on boycotting family gatherings and Thanksgiving cheer to watch manic, sleepless people drive a fake bus?
Just say you're at a soup kitchen. Don't tell people the truth. They'll never. There are so many levels of explaining things.
Smart.
When I'm trying to explain something to my extended family, I try to figure out how many levels of abstraction I'm going to have to go through, and then I usually just end up lying. So just lie. It's not worth the work.
We should do that next year when we're trying to get sponsored and donations and stuff, corporate donations.
Mm-hmm. Just lie.
We should just lie, because when we try to explain Desert Bus, it never works.
We personally visit children in sick hospitals a month before when we actually do this, and take them baskets of candy.
Because when we say internet gaming telethon, people just glaze over.
Yeah.
Sure, I'm having a hard time not, and I know what you're doing. So.
Yeah, no, and you've got baking to distract you.
Right, and I'm crushing Ritz crackers right now. So
I know,
gosh,
you're making a tort and everything.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to coming to Austin for the live MBMBAM show? I just got my ticket today, and I'm really excited.
Well, good. I'm excited too. Yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I got to be honest. As much fun as the live shows always are, I'm most excited to now at this time and always to see my brothers. So that'll be the best part. But we doing the live show is part and parcel of that, since we're all on the show and we get to hang out together. So it's a really good excuse. It's really nice that people will come and watch us hang out, so we can financially subsidize our hangouts. But it's so cool to meet everybody and see all the people who come out, and yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it. I've never been to Austin. I've not been to the Lone Star State, as far as I know. Maybe passing through on a flight or something, but yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
I think it's gonna be great.
I absolutely loved Losing the Sheen, the 2.5 Men podcast with you and Sydney. Do you have any plans to do another podcast with her? Possibly Doctor Who once it returns.
Yeah, I'd like to do another show. She's very funny, and we have a lot of fun doing it. We just couldn't keep getting drunk on a Monday, and that was the number one problem, is that we were having to pound a lot of beers and wine. And we got to wake up and work the next morning. We can't deal with that. So hopefully, maybe a terrible show that's on Tuesdays, I guess, would be our solution. But yeah, I'd love to do something. I'm trying to get her to do something health related, because she's a physician. But apparently, the lawyers, all uppity if doctors try to do funny stuff about healing the sick and malpractice, et cetera, et cetera. So I don't know if that'll fly, but we will find something else to do. That is the idea. We're currently, much like myself and Linda Ronstadt in the mid-'70s, we're currently looking for a project we can do together that will really work with both of our schedules and make sense artistically.
Justin, I'm just listening to the feed here. I'm trying to track down a weird sound. Are you whisking right now?
Holy shit!
I can hear that too!
That is fantastic. You're like a goddamn profiler. I'm amazed right now. I'm agog. I'm agog, and I'm a man who's rarely agog. I'm agog.
It sounds like, was that 3 eggs?
Are you shitting me? What color underwear am I wearing, Kreskin? Stop now. What the fuck?
That sounds like blue.
Awesome.
You need to eat up on the paprika.
Oh, that's so funny. Beautiful.
That's incredible. You have a talent. You have a gift. You're behind your life for a bushel.
Obviously wasted here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Just about done with the whistling now, so that should be the most audio demanding section of the Ritz tour. I've already got one in the oven. It's about to come out. But when you got two families,
So you literally have one you prepared earlier.
it's well, it's cooling right now. I'm doing. We both have. Sydney and I are both visiting our families tomorrow, both of which demand my Ritz tort and my test bars. So I'm doing double duty with the prep right now.
Well, we appreciate that you still found the time to call in.
Well, it's much better than. I mean, it's like you guys are cooking with me.
Truly, this is dessert bus.
The chat says everything sounds delicious.
Oh, good. The chat looks delicious. Like the weirdest thing I've ever said. Can you edit that out when you're airing this live later?
Okay.
Yeah, of course. We have like a delay, right?
We'll get it in post.
We're on a delay. Well, I guess we are on a delay. We're just not on a delay that we can edit.
So, sorry, go right ahead.
No. You were saying something.
No, I'm just curious how you guys are doing. How
We're
you
almost
holding up?
at $255,000.
Wow.
Yeah. We're like,
Hey, did at any point, at what? I'm not going to say did it because I know the answer. At some point, did it occur to you guys that hey, we should have just done this? This should have been Desert Bus for us. We should have done this professionally. I think.
We've had that question before.
I don't think people would give money for us.
I think people would subsidize. I mean, it's all basically Big Brother, right? People are just paying direct instead of watching ads. I mean, people would watch you guys destroy yourselves for an extended period of time. I believe that you could make a market out of this.
We could market our suffering, is what you're saying.
Certainly, we wish that we were as good at making a living as we are at making money for the children. But it's really everybody wants to donate because it's for the children. And
wait, hold on. Is this
even
in
though we act
loonies?
like it, we're not really children.
I like how
anymore.
some people in the chat are like, we do that, and somebody else in the chat's like, not a chance. We do that.
Yeah.
No way. I'm here for the kids. So wait, $250,000 is that in loonies?
No, that's an American dollar, so it's worth slightly less than $250,000 loonies.
Wait, where are we at right now? We can call Steve and see.
Exchange
I'll
rate.
use a site.
Just a sec. I'm going to go to Steve's website.
It's also a little hard to market Desert Bus for greed.
Oh.
To other people, we're down with it, but
Yeah.
Slightly better.
There, the Americans are doing slightly better.
Oh,
darn!
no. The American dollar is slightly above ours.
well, that's good for the children.
Better for the children.
After Desert Bus, we want our winning.
Black Friday's
money
just around the
back.
corner, and they know us crazy Canadians are coming across.
Yeah.
So hey, we've been given an ongoing challenge
Okay.
to collect facts, and we get $5 per fact, but we can only get one from each person.
You're spraying Pam.
Holy shit!
You're spraying the
Punch
rich
right.
butter
I know I'm on. Where are you, Poocher?
Is
Come on out, Ashton.
is it indeed the rich butter flavor?
Well, it's listen, Graham. It's Pam baking. Well, why don't you leave this to the professionals?
Okay. Okay.
Oh, that's awesome.
The chat is now saying.
So what are we doing? What facts?
Okay, yeah. Facts. So we can only collect one fact from each person, but someone's going to pay us $5 for each fact we collect. Can we have a fact from you?
A fact? Like what kind of fact?
Anything. It can be about you. It can be a piece of trivia.
Could be about cooking.
Yeah, it can be about cooking. It can be about animals. Anything at all.
A piece of trivia?
Yeah.
Do you guys have Pringles in Canada?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, Pringles are called potato crisps. If you look on the can, that's actually legally mandated by the government. They are made of reconstituted potato granules, and when they first came on the market, they were a much more efficient way to transport potato chips, because up until then, people were getting big bags of crumbs. so Pringles came up with reconstituted potato granules and started marketing them as potato chips. Our potato chip manufacturers couldn't compete, so they got lobbyists and went to the government and forced the fine folks at Pringles to market their product as potato crisps. So that's why, especially in America, if you look at the can, they'll say potato crisps rather than chips, and the government says they have to.
Wow. Huh.
It's like my favorite kind of jam is not actually jam, because it has too much fruit and not enough sugar. So it is labeled jam type spread.
Wouldn't that be a compote?
Yeah, I was gonna
Weird.
say.
It's labeled jam type spread on the jar. You would think it's a compote, but
Probably not enough people would understand compote to market
I guess
it as
it's
to a
anytime
mass
you see
audience.
anytime I see the word chocolatey, I get it. I get it. I get
Yeah,
it.
that's worry. Or actually here in we have if you have wings, like you sell wings in a wing shape, maybe a boneless chicken wing, buffalo wing, what have you. You will actually see people market those here as wings with like a Y and a Z, because they're not wings at all. They're like rib meat, and etc. But you'll see people market them as wings with Z because they can't legally call them. Actually, there was a lot of craziness like that. Not so much anymore, but it used to be margarine here was sold white, and you would get a little yellow food coloring packet when you bought it that you would have to stir in.
What?
Ew,
Yeah.
gross.
Because the Dairy Association said that, told the government that they were defrauding people, and by claiming, by making it butter colored and confusing people. So
Wow.
The one
yeah,
that always
believe it or not.
the one that always freaked me out was, I think it was an ad for some sort of McCain frozen cake, because because they actually had the narrator say, "Now you can have your cake and ice creamy taste too."
Yes.
Because it's not ice cream, it was just ice cream flavored, probably because it wasn't dairy.
Petroleum product
Yeah,
or
so it had to
something.
be. The narrator had to say that it had an ice creamy taste.
Ew.
So worrisome.
Well, it's the same thing with Dairy Queen. It isn't ice cream; it's soft serve.
Yeah.
So it's not even like an iced milk product.
Oh gosh, my world is being destroyed.
It has milk.
Yes, but it's not considered an ice milk because there's so many extras and stuff.
Yeah.
It's actually
Wow.
labeled and produced as soft serve.
I read the ingredients the last time I was there. It has more soy in it than milk,
Oh.
Yeah.
but it still has milk,
That's
so
not
it can't be
necessarily a
soy.
bad
So
Hey, gang.
Sorry.
So
Hey, I forgot that I actually have dinner plans in about 10 minutes.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
I know. Yeah, my
Enjoy.
wife. What?
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will. But I want to say thank you for having me on. And hey, if you get stuck here long enough, I'd love to come back.
Well, we have nothing
Great.
scheduled for Thursday because we weren't sure if we'd go that long, but now we definitely are.
Definitely are.
You
Yeah.
can let us know how your tort turns out.
I will. I would love to. Thank you guys, and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
The
Thank
good work
you.
will be kept up at your request.
thank you.
All right.
And
Thanks,
keep,
guys.
keep a recording of your table settings so I can figure out what you're using for plates.
Perfect. Bye, guys.
Bye, Justin.
Bye.